Hey there, y'all. I'm sorry you can't see me, but our little kitchen is so cramped that I am my camera is actually on the tripod in the sink. So what we're going to do today is Daisy and I are going to make a homemade vanilla cake mix. And then we're going to attempt to try a technique to make the frosting on top rainbow. But that I will put in a separate video and I'll link it to this one. So what we're going to do, I've got this, we are so, no space here, but we'll be moving in a couple months, guys. I've got a cake pan here that I bought Daisy, this neat little cupcake pan. I want to try it out. So I don't like that one where you make the giant cupcake. It never works right for us. So for this recipe, we're going to need 2/3 of a cup of butter, softened, kind of melted a little bit because I left it sitting on the oven. You heat the oven to 350. A cup of sugar, and I've got that right here. I've already separated it out. I measured it out and put it in there. And then we're going to let this cream, just let it get good and creamy, you know, mix it up, and then we'll add the other ingredients. It's a very easy recipe and it doesn't take much, and I love it because we make cupcakes with this recipe that I'm using, and they were really nice fluffy cupcakes. So I'm going to let the cream the butter and the sugar, and then I'll be back to show you what else we're going to do. So now we have creamed the butter and the sugar together, and I'm just going to scrape some of this out so it's not sticking to the pan. Now we're going to add 3 large eggs, and we'll do that one at a time and on a slow setting to begin with. And we'll just turn it up a little bit and let that get nice and creamy as well. Okay, now we've got the eggs, the butter, and the sugar mixed together. And this is a recipe that I found a recipe online and I added my own little things to it. And one thing I like to add to my cake mixes is some cream. Just a little bit. I'm going to add maybe 2 tablespoons. Don't ask me why, but I just like that in there. And then we're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's the fun part because I don't have a shield for the mixer. I'm going to add 1½ cups of self-rising flour. I like to use the self-rising because I don't make a mistake with it. When I use plain flour and try to add the baking powder and all that to it, I seem to never get it right. And this fluffs up really nice. Just perfect. That looks really good. We're just going to make sure it's all mixed up good because my mom recommended this KitchenAid and I really like it. Daisy really likes it. The only thing is it has that little ball in the bottom of the bowl and it never seems to get everything mixed. I think the mixing part is done. I'm going to I bought this pan at Hobby Lobby for Daisy. It was one of her Christmas gifts. We're just going to see how well it works. It is not even, so I'm going to have to, I don't know if it's meant to be that way. But it doesn't sit. This is the first time using this pan, so I'll be back when it's done. Alright, y'all. there's our cake. It's done. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's actually the second one. The first one stuck to the pan, but the second one just had one little spot there that it stuck. I'd actually went back and greased it and floured it and did it that way. And it also, I had to put something underneath the pan to level it out because the bottom part was as thin as a pancake and the top was big and fluffy, and it just doesn't, so I hate cheap pans like this, but they're workable. I just took a glass plate and put it underneath it to level it off, so it did pretty well. And that is it. That's the homemade from scratch vanilla cake. And I will do a second part to this video of the icing. So there you go. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.